I'm with Los Angeles County Public Works. My name is Tegan Ferdinandson, and I'm an associate civil engineer. I'm going to pass it along to Jonathan.
Thanks, Tegan. My name is Jonathan Gonzalez. Similar to Tegan, I'm also here with LA County Department of Public Works as an associate civil engineer as well. I'll pass the baton to my last colleague here in attendance, Madi.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Mahdi Murtazavi, the same as Tegan and Jonathan. I'm with Los Angeles County Public Works. I'm an associate civil engineer, and I'm going to pass it to Tegan.
I think maybe back to Allie.
Yes, thank you all for those quick introductions. And before we begin the presentation, I'd just like to review a few details about how you can participate in tonight's webinar. So, next slide. So just a quick reminder that this meeting is being recorded and will be posted to the website for your convenience. If you have any questions related to the proposed sewer rate increase or the Marina SMD, please go ahead and submit your questions in the Q&A box, and the Public Works team will respond to your questions at the end of the presentation. If you need technical Zoom support, please submit your question or concern in the chat box, and one of our team members will help you troubleshoot the issue. Now I'll hand it back over to Tegan to start the presentation.
All right, good evening again, everybody. I want to go over the agenda for today's webinar, which covers what the Marina Sewer Maintenance District is, services that Los Angeles County Public Works provides in the Marina Sewer Maintenance District, the proposed sewer rate increase and why they are necessary, and upcoming engagement opportunities. So let's start with the Marina Sewer Maintenance District, or SMD. It is a special sewer maintenance district within the Consolidated Sewer Maintenance District in the unincorporated county area of Marina del Rey. It provides collection, treatment, and disposal of wastewater for the Marina del Rey community. It serves 656 parcels, totaling 9,377 sewage units. And the Marina SMD is managed by Public Works, which includes the operation and maintenance of the wastewater collection system and treatment and disposal of that wastewater through the city of Los Angeles. So Public Works is responsible for ensuring the efficient operation and upkeep of the region's sewer system. The current level of service includes three major categories. First is our preventative maintenance, where we inspect every single manhole 2 times per year to make sure that the system's operating properly, and where we schedule periodic maintenance to clean pipelines with known issues. Next is our 24-hour emergency response, where we respond to sewer spill complaints within 2 hours, or we respond to non-emergency, non-spill complaints on the same business day or on the next business day if you call on the weekends. And finally is our condition assessment and repair/rehabilitation, where we repair significant structural defects to minimize system failures and reduce spills. And we plan for future maintenance needs based on CCTV inspections that we complete routinely. Beyond that, we pass things along to the city of Los Angeles for treatment and disposal. We take care of paying them, so there's only one item on your bill. Next, I want to give an overview of how a sewer system works. There's a graphic on this slide to kind of give us some guidance. When you flush your toilet, take a shower, wash your dishes, the water that you use flows into a sewer lateral. It's connected from your home to a sewer main line in the street. The sewer main line is connected to a network of trunk pipelines that flow to a facility where the water is treated to make it safe to either dispose or reuse for irrigation. The network of main and trunk pipelines range in size from 8 inches in diameter near your home to upwards of 144 inches near the treatment plant. Public Works is responsible for the local pipelines in the network, called the sewer main lines or collector pipelines. They typically range from 8 to 15 inches, and the majority of the pipes in this community connect to one of the City of Los Angeles's regional trunk pipelines and are conveyed to one of their treatment facilities. Focusing specifically on the Marina sewer system, the collection system in Marina del Rey is approximately 12 miles in length, with all flow going through the Marina del Rey pump station. The Marina del Rey pump station pumps flow through a 1-mile force main, and it feeds to the City of Los Angeles' sewer system for conveyance to and treatment at the Hyperion Water Reclamation Plant. It's in El Segundo near LAX. Zooming out a bit here, the map on the left shows the Marina sewer system in blue, which feeds to the City of Los Angeles trunk line seen on the bottom in green, and that carries your sewage to the Hyperion plant, which is shown in pink. The graphic on the right just kind of explains how rates are paid by Marina SMD customers to Los Angeles County Public Works, and Public Works pays the City of Los Angeles for treatment and disposal of that wastewater. Zooming in on the Hyperion Water Reclamation Plant, it's the largest water reclamation plant on the West Coast. Hyperion treats and disposes of the majority of the wastewater collected by the City of Los Angeles and many nearby communities, including the Marina sewer system. It's here where sewage is treated and pumped into an outfall that disposes treated flows 5 miles off the coast in Santa Monica Bay. Coming back to the Marina del Rey system, we're focusing specifically here on the Marina del Rey pump station, which, like I said earlier, has all of the flow of the entire community comes through this pump station. It's located on Bali Way near the intersection at Admiralty Way. As you can see, that pump station is located on a median on Bali Way. The county is planning to relocate this pump station in the near future to a nearby parking lot to make the station more accessible for maintenance and to minimize future traffic impacts. It looks like just a small facility, but there's actually a door that opens up and there's an entire vault underneath the ground there with all of our pumps and valves. Taking a closer look at these pumps and valves, many of the components in the station are in poor condition, and they need to be replaced in the near future if the station is not going to be relocated. So now that I've given an idea of what services we provide and what facilities we have in the area, I'm going to be talking about the proposed zone rate increases. The current sewer service for the Marina SMD has not been raised since 2008 with no adjustments for inflation. The inflation rate averaged 2.44% per year between 2008 and 2025 for an inflation total of over 50%. Public Works is proposing a rate increase in 2025 for sewer services to keep up with the rising costs of collection, treatment, disposal of the wastewater. Much of that is paid to the City of Los Angeles. We also really need to fund that redesign and relocation of the Marina del Rey pump station, which really has reached the end of its useful life. In order to increase rates, we need to comply with something called Proposition 218, which was a statewide initiative passed by California voters in November of 1996, and it's designed to allow for greater public involvement in the rate-setting process of public agencies. It limits how local governments can raise money through fees, and it requires property owner approval to increase or add new fees through a majority protest. To comply, agencies have to follow specific procedures to notify customers of a proposed rate increase. So in the Marina SMD, the rates are broken down kind of as follows. The current fiscal year, our total revenue is $1.8 million, but our expenses are expected to be around $2.4 million. This is a deficit of almost $600,000 just this year alone. The majority, 65% of the revenue that we collect is paid to the City of Los Angeles for that treatment and disposal that I talked about earlier. The remaining 35% is what Public Works uses to allocate towards the operation and maintenance of the wastewater collection system. Part of this rate increase will also go towards budgeting for that pump station replacement and refurbishment that I talked about earlier. It's projected to be $6 million in today's dollars. So next, I'm going to keep talking about that proposed rate increase, give you some more details on it. In 2024, Public Works conducted a comprehensive rate study for our sewer maintenance services. The study provided a detailed review of Public Works costs and the rate structure needed to keep up with them so we can continue providing reliable sewer maintenance services. The study resulted in a rate schedule that will provide sufficient revenue to fund the operations, maintenance, and capital needs of the Marina SMD. Public Works is proposing a gradual rate increase in the beginning in July of 2025, to keep up with the rising cost of collection, treatment, disposal of wastewater, and that latter half being paid to the city of Los Angeles. We also need to fund the redesign and relocation of the pump station, which has really reached the end of its useful life. The proposed rate increase starts in fiscal year 25-26, and it will be $85 per year for the next 3 years. So you've heard me say sewage units a few times here. There are different sewage unit numbers for the different types of land use, whether it be a residential or commercial property. The table on this slide lists a few of the sewage unit numbers for the most common land use types. One sewage unit is set at the current rate of $190 per year, and that is the fee that will be affected moving forward if this is to pass. So just to compare with the city of Los Angeles, even after implementing a rate increase in 2025, the rates for Marina SMD customers are still significantly lower than the service rates in the city of Los Angeles. And we are covering that, the conveyance as well as the treatment and disposal. So to look at the timeline of the Proposition 218 outreach efforts, in January of 2025, the rate study was finalized, and it looked at the long-term financial plan for CSMD and the Marina SMD and developed the needed proposed rate structure to keep the system going. In March and April, we initiated Prop 218 outreach, scheduling presentations, attending events, and attending community group presentations. In early May, Proposition 218 notices were mailed to all customers, which included an invitation to outreach events, such as open houses, community meetings, and webinars like this one. These events are the best place to engage with Public Works, ask questions, and provide us feedback. The public hearing date where the proposed rates will be approved or denied is June 24th. And if that proposed increase is approved, new rates will go into effect in July of 2025. We have had a few outreach efforts here already in Marina Del Rey, or one and this current one, and then we have another open house coming up. These events are, like I said, a great opportunity to interact with the Public Works team and ask questions, provide feedback, and just learn how any of these impacts might affect you. To best accommodate everyone's busy schedules, the open houses begin at 6 p.m., but residents are welcome to stop by whenever you're available to learn more about the proposed increase and speak with the Public Works team. These events will also be listed on the Prop 218 notices that you should have received earlier this month. Our team really is available at all times to address any questions that you may have about the proposed rate increase in the Prop 218 process. Please feel free to reach out to us. You can use the phone number or the email on this slide, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. And now I'm going to pass it back to Ali for the Q&A portion of this presentation.
Thank you, Tegan. As a quick reminder, if you have a question that you'd like to ask the team, please go ahead and submit those questions in the Q&A box. I'll give it a second here. So Tegan, it looks like we do have a couple of questions here. So the first question I see is, how does Public Works charge this fee, and where would I see the charge?
Yeah, so the sewer fees will show up on your property tax bill. It's listed under a section called direct assessments. And I believe for Marina SMD, it just says Marina sewer, and that fee is the fees that I talked about are a yearly fee, and they'll appear as a line item under the direct assessments.
Great, thank you. And then the next question I see is, why is the Marina Del Rey pump station at the end of its functional life?
Well, it is an older pump station. As well as we can design infrastructure, it will just eventually reach the end of a useful lifespan. And anything near the ocean is under particularly tough conditions. It's hard to maintain metal valves, metal pipes, while we're dealing with that very salty air. Salt tends to corrode metal. And it's in not the like safest of locations, being in the middle of a median. So it's a variety of factors: age, location, conditions. It's just about the time that we need to do some major rehab or replacement or moving of that pump station.
Thank you. And then this last question is similar. It also just kind of asks to go a little bit deeper about why Public Works has to relocate the pump station.
Yeah, definitely. It's a great opportunity because it is at the end of its useful life for us to move it to a safer location, both for our maintenance needs. It's much safer to access something in a parking lot than it is in the middle of a street. And while all of those parts are kind of at the end of their useful life, it's the perfect time to put all new ones in, like I said, a safer location, easier for access, easier for just the pump station itself to be in a like less trafficked area.
Perfect. Thanks, Tegan. And I'm looking at the Q&A box right now, and it looks like those are all the questions that I see right now. If you have, if you think of any questions after this webinar, or you just like to reach out to the team, like Tegan said, please go ahead and contact the email or hotline that's on the screen right now, and the team will get back to you. And like we mentioned earlier, this recording will be posted on the website listed on this slide as well, within the next few days if you'd like to review the recording or share it. So that will be available within the next few days. And thank you all so much for your time this evening. We know you probably have a busy schedule, so thanks for taking the time to join this webinar.